A little bit ago, I made a video on why Xbox One games have been a lower resolution than PS4 games. Ever since the launch of both consoles, I knew this was going to be a big deal. It even influenced my decision to get a PS4. That, and I really don't care much for Halo. So again, you might want to watch this video first. It explains why developers might have a hard time making games a high resolution on both consoles. Resolutiongate is a horrible name for the controversy over Xbox One games releasing at a lower resolution. It's old news, but for some reason every time a game releases at a lower resolution for Xbox One, it makes headlines. Well, game media headlines, not like New York Times headlines or anything. This is a big deal because Microsoft promised 1080p games at 60 frames per second. After launch, they promised things would get better, but now, almost 1 year after launch, they're still greatly underperforming. Most recently, Assassin's Creed Unity was said to be releasing at 900p for some stupid reason across both consoles. One Ubisoft developer even said that this was to avoid debate. This was bound to happen. Here you have two giant mainstream competing consoles with giant AAA cross-platform games. If one of these consoles isn't as powerful as the other, the game will be nerfed to work the same on both consoles, because this means more money for the AAA developer. This is of no fault to the developer, but I don't think you could just then pin the blame on Microsoft. Both consoles can't be the most powerful. Obviously, one of them has to be more powerful than the other. There can't be two number ones. The Xbox One lacked in a very small area that doesn't even really matter too much. The Xbox 360 wasn't as powerful as the PlayStation 3, but for some reason I like the 360 more. And now that that console generation's over, I would say that the 360 won that console war. Power doesn't matter, it's the games that matter. And achievements. And the price. Alright, there's a lot. So I would argue that resolution doesn't really matter that much when playing a game or deciding a console. If the games are no good, they're just no good. If you like games like Halo, Gears, Dead Rising 3, and Sunset Overdrive, then the Xbox One's for you. What matters here is that both consoles are now the same price. The cross-platform games will be the same price also, but now one of those games will be at a slightly lower resolution than the other. So knowing nothing else about both consoles, which would you rather throw your money at? Now in the case of a game like Assassin's Creed Unity, the fact that they have to nerf the game for both consoles is stunting innovation. Current-gen graphics are getting better and better, but cross-platform games are limited by the less powerful console. So to favor consistency, innovation needs to take a step back. But that's not so bad. You don't need to innovate to make a good product. What do you guys think about Resolutiongate? Does it matter? I know I was pretty vague on my stance on whether or not it matters or doesn't matter, but it kind of matters. Leave it in the comments below. At me on Twitter. We have a new Instagram account. Most importantly, share this video with your friends. Oh, and subscribe, but you should know that that helps people who make YouTube videos. Thank you very much. Have a good week. There's like a slight delay, and it's most apparent with melee kills. This one in particular is just ridiculous. Look how fancy.
Oh jeez. Do I gotta kill that thing?
Are you? Alright, well.